When your mind is destroyed, doesn't matter whether you are a professor. There is a man called Yeko in Lira. He was doing medical science. In the 4th year, final year at Makerere at that time. He was bewitched by a relative. He became mad. Dr. Yeko lived in Lira. Feces were going through him. This man was alive. Even Connie, who was killing people, did not kill him. He said, never touch that man. He has more demons that will curse you forever. So during the war in northern Uganda, Connie was walking alone. He went and burned his mother's house. He lived for years in the city of Lira and in the town. And nobody could subdue him. He was brought on ropes in the crusade. And I began to smell something that was smelling terrible. He was near the pulpit. Those who brought him stood with him there because they tried to kill his mother, tried to do anything. He was so filthy. He was smelling bad. He had the gospel. And I believe the demons in him had the gospel. They left him. I wish they can go and get you a Lira crusade. Come on. You could see this man. Demons left him. He told his cousin, I want to ease myself. Untie me. He couldn't believe. He said, Yeko, do you hear? He said, yeah, I want to ease myself. I can ease myself here. I want to go over there. Ease myself. After 20 years. He said, I want to ease myself. And so he took him with a rope and he untied him. He went. That's how that man was. Put it on the screen. Come on. That's how he came to us. Beards, lice was all over him. I had never seen a man who had walking lice all over him. And he was on that rope. So he couldn't be tamed. And so when he left, he came back, stood there. Now I turned around and said, there was a man here with a rope. Where did you put him? The man comes, completely healed, in his senses. So the service was, I gave him a hug, and all the lies came on me. The service was over. We go back. We come back on Sunday. And seated on the front row on the pulpit, in a suit, dark glasses. I thought he was the RDC. I thought he was the RDC. Dressed in a suit. You can't, even you yourself, you can't believe he's the same man. Now all the ladies in Lira begin calling him Yeko. Child of God, something good is about to happen to your mind. Somebody clap your hands to Jesus. Something good is about to happen to your mind. And years later, he remembered his degree of medicine. And he began to helping people prescribing medicine. He could look at the wounds and said, that wound, you need to use this and this and that. When his mind was 20 years out of medicine. happened to him? The demons attacked his mind. And he lived a life as though he didn't have anybody caring for him. Child of God, Jesus died at the place of the skull because the enemy attacked our mind. Your mind is now the mind of Christ. You have the mind of Christ. Lift up your hand and say, I have. So you're going to think like Christ. You're going to process things like Christ. You're going to fight like Christ. You're going to plan like Christ. You're going to do what Jesus did. You're going to do even greater works than he did. Touch your mind and say, Lord, renew my mind. Renew my mind.